Hello and welcome, Sam Felton, the Fitness Business Dude here. Today we're recording our first podcast at Aegis Training with Greg Smith and Zach Cahill, the co-owners and directors of Aegis Training. How you doing, Greg?
Yeah, very good, Sam.
All good. Zach?
Good.
Cool, man. So, there's been a lot of talk on Facebook recently about client adherence to your nutrition plans and trainings and things like that. And what I want to do is sort of put the debate out there, maybe a bit more widespread rather than sort of the stuff that's going out on Facebook. So let's start off with you, Greg. What are your opinions on client adherence? Should you sack clients straight away if they don't do what you say?
I think if you're resorting to firing your clients straight away, you've failed as a trainer. It's so easy to say you're a successful trainer when the only people you're training who will completely and utterly listen to every word that you say. My take on it is those are probably the people that would get results anyway, because they're switched on, they're ready for change, and they'll do it. And that's great. If you want to be that kind of trainer that only trains with people that are easy to deal with, well, good luck to you. You're going to get great results and you're going to do well. But, you know, my view on it is sometimes the best clients that you have are the ones that you have to work the hardest on. And you get, in the long run, you get the best results from. But they may not initially take on 100% of your advice. And is it because they're bad? Is it because you're bad? Is it because your advice is not right for them? It might be right for somebody else. And if you're giving generic nutrition advice to all your clients, you know, maybe they don't fit into that generic model, and you have to come up with something different.
Yeah.
And that's my take on it.
Certainly.
If you want to be really successful, deal with the people who are harder to deal with.
Yeah, certainly. You get better as a coach by training people that find it harder to adhere to what you're saying. And you develop as a coach that way. What about yourself, Zach? What's your experience and thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think like the number one factor, if you want to get awesome results all the time, is choose clients who will do exactly what you say. Just only train those people, right? Fine. And you'll get great results with them, but that doesn't really stretch your abilities as a coach or as a trainer. Yeah, but otherwise I just agree with what Greg said. Not everyone comes to you ready to just run through a wall. You know, it's great when you get those clients, and
isn't it?
You know, yeah, it's amazing, and you get amazing results with them. But the fact is, it's a bit of a struggle for a lot of people. It's a big change, and sometimes you have to baby step them a little bit. So if you fired them straight out of the gate because they didn't conform exactly to your model and they cheated one time, then I think you're failing a little bit.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I know, like on Facebook, there seems to be sort of like a lot of stuff being said, and like whether or not those trainers actually do what they say on Facebook, and there's a lot of pressure, I think, on trainers from sort of like the whole Facebook plastering thing. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like trainers plastering up stuff and putting pressure on other trainers?
Yeah, you just have to wonder how much of it is really the case. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. Like it's like trainer book. You know, it's like a bit of a mutual kind of backslapping competition sometimes. You're never going to hear. You're only going to hear the success stories. I think people get a bit too caught up in it. Really, you know, you can't really worry too much about what other people are doing.
Yeah.
You know, if you try to copy what everyone else is doing, or just try and do what everyone else in the group is doing, then you're not going to get very far. You have to kind of be true to what you do best. And just deal with your clients. You train your clients.
Certainly.
You know what works for them, and you know what produces results.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been in contact with a lot of trainers and studio owners that don't particularly go on Facebook and plaster all their stuff on there.
Yeah.
You barely see me on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think our clients aren't on Facebook. I really don't think they are. You know, the particular client that we train, they're not spending time on Facebook. They're in their office, or they're here, or they're sleeping, or they're out, or they're out getting drunk. That's basically what they do, right? They're all lawyers or bankers or business owners, and they work their ass off, and they come in here for 2-3 hours a week, and we smash them to death, and we hopefully mitigate their inherently unhealthy lifestyle. We get them eating better, and that's what we do. They're not spending time on Facebook. Maybe, I think it probably works. I think it works for the boot camp type clients. Like when I had the boot camp going, I had some success with sort of Facebook marketing on that.
Yeah,
but now Facebook is my personal Facebook. I use it to keep in touch with friends and family and to kind of spy on what other trainers are doing.
Yeah. Essentially, that's sort
but
of
that's
what
it.
it's about.
It's not my business persona that I'm putting out there. I'm just being myself on it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the buy my shit principle.
Yeah.
Floats around. And a lot of people talk about it and then follow it up with, oh yeah, buy my shit.
Yeah.
And I'm
Don't buy my shit,
I'm
don't
not
buy
trying
my
to
shit.
sell anything to other trainers.
Yeah.
I try and network with other trainers to get other ideas. That's what I use Facebook for.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not out there trying to toot my own horn and saying how great I am and geez, every single one of my clients follow my advice to the T and I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, if every single one of my clients followed my advice to the T, well, that would be awesome. But let's be realistic now. It does not happen.
No.
And I think people get so fixated with this nutrition that, it's what I said earlier about you get a new client in to train, you get a new client in and you put them on your nutrition program and you expect them to adhere to it 100%. Now, another thing that's been going around on Facebook, are we helping or hindering our clients? Is the advice that we're giving people creating more of a problem? They're coming to us for a solution and we're giving them another problem. And I compare it to training in the gym. We don't get a new client in who moves badly, who is completely unfit and very weak, and we don't get him cleaning, snatching, and heavy deadlifting and squatting. It's all a progressive process. We start them off with exercises that they can handle and progressively make it harder, heavier, more intense. It's a progression. And maybe with those clients that these people are wanting to fire because they don't follow your advice, well, it's because the way you're delivering your advice is flawed.
Yeah.
And you need to give them a progressive system that will help them.
Yeah.
And it might be, you listen to the strength coaches in America that are training college athletes. They don't fire the college athlete. They don't have a choice. They have to train those athletes because they're part of their program. They can't just go, well, I'm not going to train this guy because he won't eat breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's your job as a coach to work out how to get that athlete to eat breakfast. Don't fire him. Help him.
Yeah.
Does that mean if you're going to fire that person that doesn't do your nutrition, that means they're not going to exercise and they're still going to eat shit? So have you helped with our fitness industry goal of reducing obesity? No, you haven't. You've made the problem worse.
Yeah.
So I think if you're firing clients left, right, and center, you're failing yourself and you're failing our industry.
Yeah, certainly, isn't it?
It's a hard line approach there.
But if they want to give us a hard line approach about firing clients, I'm going to go a hard line approach and say, well, my view on it is that you're not as successful as you think you are.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I just always think using punishment as motivation, I was saying to you earlier, it's just frustration from the teacher not being able to explain to the student how to complete a task or reach a goal.
Like there's give and take. Like all I want from the client is effort. They have to give it a good shot.
Yeah.
If they give nothing back, they don't give any effort, and they expect to just be able to pay money and therefore get a result, then that is a reason to get rid of somebody because there's just nothing you can really do there. Right, but if someone
it's firing somebody for the right reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And giving it a good shot.
Yeah.
One of the things about eating foods you don't like, I was always told you have to try it 3 times before you can say you don't like it. And I think it's the same thing with nutrition and clients. Try 3 different things with them. If after 3 tries they're still resistant, well then, yes, they're not the right person to work with you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like if I wake up, if I have someone booked in at 3 o'clock and I wake up in the morning and go, oh shit, I've got to train this person at 3 o'clock, then I would fire them.
Yeah.
That's basically that's the litmus test.
Yeah. There you go. When it becomes
So that's probably
when it becomes a chore rather than like you're enjoying actually coaching that person to where.
So it's still kind of a selfish decision, but it's just like, God, life's short. You don't want to spend an hour with someone who's really making you miserable.
You don't have to train every person that comes to see you.
No, you don't.
And by all means, have a selection criteria on the people that you train.
Yeah.
But don't be the person that doesn't train somebody because they don't listen to the first bit of advice that you give to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You might just be creating another problem.
No, certainly, because then they're just going to fall off the wagon and think that
And
that nobody's going to be able to help them.
Who gets blamed?
Yeah, exactly.
They
exactly.
feel
The
shit
person that
because
turned
they
them
haven't
down.
succeeded,
Yeah.
and they also think, well, a personal trainer's not going to be able to help me because
Yeah.
they can't help me.
That's it, and making the obesity epidemic in this country worse and
Yeah.
worse, and internationally, I suppose, as well.
Absolutely.
So coming up with methods, strategies, principles to actually help these people that do find it difficult to adhere to effective and efficient nutrition.
It's
is the
not
way
necessary
forward.
to be 100% anyway. You don't
No,
have
no,
to.
of
You don't
course
have to be
not.
an angel.
Of course not. No.
You know?
100%
And also you got to
not.
look at the client's priorities, like we were saying earlier, like the alcohol thing. You know, people will take a hard line. They just don't drink. You know, drink's bad. It's poison. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. You tell that to the type of clients that we deal with.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. You know, alcohol is unfortunately very tied in with how you progress your career.
Well,
within the
absolutely.
city, you know, the best networking is done over drinks.
Yeah.
You know, it is it's a massive part of people's lifestyle, and that doesn't excuse excessive drinking or binge drinking or doing it to the
No.
point where it's detrimental to your health. But to tell somebody, the type of client that we deal with, right, no booze, none, zero whatsoever, that's quite a big hurdle for people, and you have to
That's
appreciate
huge.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, loads of trainers drink. It's
Yeah,
kinda-
exactly. It's quite funny. Like, I mean, I don't know how many trainers out there are completely teetotal. I'm one of them myself,
Yeah.
and I don't say to people, completely take it away.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many trainers that do drink do say completely take it away to their clients. But yeah, I mean, it is just about trying to just reduce it a little bit and just think about trying to come up with strategies like every other drink is a
Yeah.
glass of water. Just simple little steps like that, like you were saying earlier, Greg, about baby steps towards, you know, just improving their health. That's what we're trying to do.
Yep.
Personally, I find a shot of vodka before the client that Zach was talking about makes the session far more pleasurable.
There you go. I think she should probably fire.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Put my boots on, and he's getting the boot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully we've maybe debunked a few things that are out there, just in terms of like client nutrition adherence and sort of when you should fire a client. Is there anything more that you guys want to add that you think should be said?
I just would like to say that I don't think it's wrong for people to fire whenever they want to. If they don't want to train a client, then that is their prerogative. But I just don't think people should get sanctimonious about it and say, if you're training that kind of a person, you're just failing as a trainer. I think, well, no, I'm persevering as a trainer, rather than quitting.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I concur.
I concur.
I concur.
Sort it out.
Sweet. Well, thank you both for joining me on this podcast. We're going to try and do this every couple of weeks, I think. And yeah, if you guys want us to talk about anything in particular, just let me know, and me, Greg, Zach, and I will get on it ASAP. Anyway,
Awesome.
cool. All right, see you guys later.
Cheers.
Thank you.